Moments with God, a time of reflection for every day.
June 12th. God's faithfulness in silence. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. Genesis 8:1.
In 2010, the San Jose mine disaster occurred in Chile, trapping 33 miners more than 700 meters underground. At first, no one knew they were alive. Days and weeks passed. Their families waited above, while below they survived in total darkness, with rationed food, unsure if they would ever be rescued. The silence was the hardest part. There was no news, no sign, only uncertainty. Humanly speaking, it seemed all was lost. But after 17 days, a small probe pierced the rock, and a message was found that read, "We are all 33 of us safe in the refuge." That was the first sign of life, but the rescue was not immediate. It took effort, time, planning, and finally, one by one, the 33 were brought out alive. What we must learn to accept is that God's silence is not forgetfulness, but a process. While in the darkness of the soul there are only shadows and merciless winters, God has not forgotten us, but is working on our behalf. Perhaps not seeing the end makes us tremble, but God is in control of everything.
God's silence does not mean abandonment. Rather, He continues working even when we don't see Him. God does not forget His children, even when we don't feel it. God may be silent, but He never ceases to be faithful.
When you don't see answers, do you trust that God is still working? Or do you think He has abandoned you? Noah's experience in the ark must have been difficult as well. All around him was water, and he may have felt alone and lost in the vast ocean. Noah didn't see what was happening outside, but God was at work. God had brought a strong wind to dry up the waters, and Noah didn't see it. God had brought the ark to some mountains so that it wouldn't be swept away by the rest of the earth, but Noah didn't know it. As the ark floated in a world covered in water, it may have seemed like silence, long days, no visible signs, no immediate changes, but even though everything seemed to be at a standstill in chaos, God was already at work. There are times in life like this, when we feel like we're inside the ark, surrounded by uncertainty, waiting for budgets, not understanding God's timing, and we think God has forgotten us. But Genesis 8:1 answers clearly. God doesn't forget. God acts at the right time.
When we can no longer clearly see the path, we need to place our hand in the hand of our Heavenly Father and allow Him to lead us. There are emergencies in everyone's life in which we can neither be guided by our sight nor rely on memory or experience. All we can do is simply trust and wait. We will honor God by trusting in Him because He is our Heavenly Father.
Thank you for listening to this audio. We invite you to share with your contacts and visit the website BibleWell.com.